I'll never forget the day I stumbled upon Luxury Lover's channel. It was a typical Wednesday evening, and I was browsing through YouTube recommendations when I saw it, a small, unassuming thumbnail with a single sentence. "The secrets of the Qabalah will consume you." I clicked on it out of curiosity, expecting some sort of esoteric lecture or perhaps a vlog about astrology. What I found instead was a low-budget video with a soft, golden glow, and a voice that seemed to emanate from the shadows themselves. The host, known only by their handle Luxury Lover, spoke in hushed tones about the mystical world of Qabalah, an ancient system of Jewish mysticism that aimed to understand the mysteries of the universe. But as I listened, I began to feel a creeping sense of unease. It was as if Luxury Lover was speaking directly to me, their words weaving a spell that drew me in despite my better judgment. I spent the next few weeks devouring Luxury Lover's content. Every video, every blog post, every social media update. They spoke of forbidden knowledge, ancient rituals, and supernatural occurrences that defied explanation. Their stories were like nothing I'd ever heard before, a delicious blend of myth and reality that left me shivering with anticipation. And yet, despite the initial thrill, I couldn't shake the feeling that Luxury Lover was hiding something. A secret, perhaps, or a sinister motive behind their tales. But it wasn't until I stumbled upon a particularly disturbing video, one that seemed to blur the lines between reality and nightmare, that I realized just how deep I'd plunged into the rabbit hole. The video was titled "The Kabbalistic Seal of Solomon." It began with an eerie shot of an ancient, leather-bound book, adorned with strange symbols and markings that seemed to shift and writhe like living things. Luxury Lover's voice whispered in my ear as they spoke of the seal, said to hold the key to unlocking unimaginable power. But it was what happened next that left me gasping for air. A figure appeared on screen, a twisted, elongated shape with eyes that burned like hot coals. It moved with an unnatural gait, its presence seeming to fill the entire frame. And then, in a voice that sent shivers down my spine, Luxury Lover spoke these words. "Some of you may think me mad, but I assure you, the secrets I share are not for the faint of heart." I knew at that moment that I was hooked, consumed by a morbid fascination with the dark tales that Luxury Lover spun. And as I watched, mesmerized, the screen faded to black, leaving me wondering what other horrors lay in store for me. The next morning, I woke up with a start, my heart racing and my sheets drenched in sweat. It was then that I realized I had become obsessed with Luxury Lover's channel. I tried to shake off the feeling of unease, telling myself it was just a harmless internet obsession. But as the days went by, I found myself scouring the dark corners of the web for more of their twisted tales. And it was then that I stumbled upon something that made my blood run cold, a message, seemingly from Luxury Lover themselves, inviting me to join them on a journey into the heart of darkness. The message read, "For those who dare to delve deeper, I invite you to explore the mysteries of Qabalah with me. But be warned, once you take this step, there's no turning back." As I delved deeper into the world of Qabalah and the supernatural, I found myself drawn to Luxury Lover's channel with increasing fervor. Their stories were like nothing I'd ever heard before, a delicious blend of myth and reality that left me shivering with anticipation. The more I read, the more I became convinced that Luxury Lover was onto something. They seemed to possess an uncanny understanding of the mysteries they spoke about, as if they had spent years studying the ancient arts themselves. But it wasn't just their content that drew me in. It was the sense of community that Luxury Lover had built around their channel. Fans and enthusiasts alike flocked to their social media pages, sharing their own experiences and theories about the Qabalah. It was as if we were all part of a secret club, bound together by our shared fascination with the dark and unknown. I began to notice that Luxury Lover's following grew exponentially over the next few weeks. Their videos raked in tens of thousands of views. Their blog posts generated hundreds of comments. It was clear that they had tapped into something deep-seated within their audience, a desire for connection, for meaning, and for fear. As I watched from the sidelines, I couldn't help but feel a twinge of unease. Luxury Lover's rise to fame seemed almost unnatural. It was as if they were drawing people in with an otherworldly charm, luring them deeper into the rabbit hole with each passing day. And yet, despite my reservations, I found myself drawn to their channel with increasing fervor. Their stories were like a siren's call, beckoning me closer, tempting me with promises of forbidden knowledge and ancient power. One evening, as I was browsing through Luxury Lover's latest video, I stumbled upon a comment from one of their fans, a user named Scribe22. The post read, "Luxury Lover has unlocked the secrets of the Qabalah for me. I can feel the power coursing through my veins like never before." I felt a shiver run down my spine as I read those words. Who was Scribe22, and what did they mean by unlocked the secrets? And why did Luxury Lover seem to be drawing them and so many others into their orbit? As I pondered these questions, I couldn't shake the feeling that Luxury Lover's rise to fame was more than just a simple case of online success. There was something darker at play here, something that threatened to consume us all. Little did I know, my journey with Luxury Lover was only just beginning. The next video they uploaded would change everything and plunge me into the very heart of darkness itself. I couldn't resist the allure of Luxury Lover's latest video, The Ancient Art of Qabalah. As I watched, transfixed, Luxury Lover delved deeper into the mysteries of the Qabalah, an ancient system of Jewish mysticism that aimed to understand the mysteries of the universe. They spoke of the Sephirot, the 10 divine emanations that formed the basis of the Qabalah, and the path of the Tree of Life, a labyrinthine journey through the heavens and the underworld. Luxury Lover's words wove a spell around me, drawing me into a world of ancient ritual and forbidden knowledge. I felt as though I was walking alongside them, navigating the twists and turns of the Qabalah with ease. As we journeyed deeper into the heart of the mystery, Luxury Lover spoke of the Kabbalistic seal of Solomon, an ancient symbol said to hold the key to unlocking unimaginable power. They described how this seal had been used by powerful sorcerers throughout history, granting them control over the forces of nature and bending reality to their will. I felt a shiver run down my spine as Luxury Lover spoke of these ancient rituals, their words dripping with an otherworldly energy. It was as though they were speaking directly to me, drawing me into the very heart of the Qabalah. And then, in a moment that left me breathless, Luxury Lover revealed a shocking truth. The Kabbalistic seal of Solomon was not just a symbol, it was a living, breathing entity, waiting to be awakened by those brave enough to take the leap. I felt my mind reeling as I processed this revelation. Could it be true? Was there really a way to tap into the power of the Qabalah, to unlock the secrets of the universe and bend reality to our will? I knew that I had to learn more, to follow Luxury Lover down the rabbit hole and see where it led. Little did I know, this was just the beginning of an epic journey that would take me to the very limits of human understanding. I couldn't shake the feeling that Luxury Lover's stories were more than just mere fiction. As I delved deeper into their world, I began to uncover hidden connections between their tales and real-life events. It was as if LuxuryLover had tapped into a collective unconscious, revealing secrets that lay just beneath the surface of our everyday reality. I started to notice strange coincidences, symbols and motifs from LuxuryLover's stories appearing in my own life, in unexpected places. A tattoo on a stranger's arm, a mysterious symbol etched into an ancient text, a recurring phrase whispered in hushed tones by strangers on the street. It was as if LuxuryLover's world had seeped into mine, revealing hidden patterns and connections that I couldn't ignore. But it wasn't just the superficial connections that sent shivers down my spine. I began to suspect that LuxuryLover was more than just a storyteller. They were a conduit for something ancient and powerful. Their stories seemed to hold a strange, otherworldly energy, as if they had tapped into a reservoir of forbidden knowledge that lay beyond the veil of reality. And then, one night, I stumbled upon a cryptic message from LuxuryLover's channel, a single sentence that read, "The truth is hidden in plain sight." It was as if they were speaking directly to me, inviting me to uncover the secrets that lay hidden beneath the surface of their stories. I felt a thrill of excitement mixed with fear as I realized that I had been drawn into something much larger than myself. LuxuryLover's world was not just a fantasy. It was a doorway to the unknown, a portal to realms beyond our own, and I was ready to step through it. I had been following LuxuryLover's channel for weeks, devouring every word and watching every video. But it wasn't until I stumbled upon a private message from one of their moderators that I began to realize the true nature of LuxuryLover's world. The message was cryptic, but it hinted at something deeper, something that went beyond mere storytelling. I felt a shiver run down my spine as I read the words, my mind racing with possibilities. And then, out of nowhere, I received a direct message from LuxuryLover themselves. "We've been watching you," they wrote. "We know what you're looking for." My heart skipped a beat as I stared at the screen, my fingers trembling over the keyboard. Who was this? What did they want? And then, in a burst of courage, I asked them to meet up. To my surprise, LuxuryLover agreed. We arranged to meet at a small cafe on the outskirts of town, and I spent hours packing back and forth, my mind racing with anticipation. Finally, the moment arrived. I walked into the cafe, scanning the room for any sign of LuxuryLover, and then I saw them sitting in the corner, sipping a cup of coffee and watching me with an unnerving intensity. "You're the one," they said, standing up to greet me. "We've been waiting for you." I felt a shiver run down my spine as they approached me, their eyes locked onto mine with an unblinking gaze. "What do you want from me?" I asked, trying to keep my voice steady. LuxuryLover smiled, a cold, calculating smile that sent a chill down my spine. "We want to show you the truth," they said. "The truth about LuxuryLover's world, the truth about yourself." And with that, everything changed. I spent the next few weeks devouring every book and article I could find on Qabalah. I was determined to understand the secrets that LuxuryLover had hinted at in their stories. As I delved deeper into the mysteries of the Qabalah, I began to notice strange patterns and connections between seemingly unrelated concepts. The Sephirot, the Tree of Life, the Kabbalistic Seal of Solomon, it all seemed to be pointing to a deeper truth about the nature of reality itself. I started to question everything I thought I knew about the world. Was reality just a manifestation of the human psyche? Or was there something more fundamental at play? The more I learned, the more I realized how little I knew. It was as if LuxuryLover's stories had been trying to tell me this all along, that the truth was not something that could be found in books or videos, but rather it was a state of mind, a state of awareness. And then, one night, I stumbled upon an ancient text that changed everything. It was an old manuscript, bound in worn leather and filled with strange symbols and diagrams. As I began to read, I felt a shiver run down my spine. The words on the page seemed to be speaking directly to me, revealing secrets that had been hidden for centuries. I spent hours poring over the text, my mind racing with the implications. And then, as I finished the final page, I realized something that made my blood run cold. LuxuryLover's world was not just a fantasy. It was a reflection of our own reality, a reflection of our own subconscious. As I delved deeper into the mysteries of LuxuryLover's world, I began to notice a disturbing pattern. The stories seemed to be changing. The characters, the settings, the very fabric of the narrative itself seemed to be shifting and morphing in ways that defied explanation. At first, I thought it was just my imagination playing tricks on me, but as the changes continued, I realized that something more sinister was at play. It was as if LuxuryLover's stories were not just mere fiction, but a form of psychological manipulation. The themes, the symbols, the recurring motifs all seemed to be pointing to a darker purpose. And then, one night, I stumbled upon a video that made my blood run cold. It was an old footage, shot in a style that looked like it belonged to a different era altogether. But what caught my attention was the figure in the center of the frame, a figure that seemed to be watching me. The face was obscured, but the eyes seemed to bore into my very soul. I felt a chill run down my spine as I realized that LuxuryLover had been playing a twisted game with me all along. The stories, the videos, the messages, it was all just a ruse, a way to draw me in and prepare me for something far more sinister. And then the unthinkable happened. The figure in the video began to speak, its voice low and menacing. "You're getting close," it hissed, "but you'll never be ready." And with that, everything went black. As I sat in stunned silence, the figure's words hung in the air like a challenge. And then just as suddenly, everything went black. When my vision returned, I was sitting in a dimly lit room, surrounded by candles and strange artifacts. A figure stood before me, shrouded in shadows. "Welcome," it said, its voice low and hypnotic. "We have been waiting for you." The air was thick with anticipation as the figure stepped forward, revealing a face that was both familiar and yet utterly alien. It was LuxuryLover's face, but twisted and distorted, like a reflection in a funhouse mirror. "You have shown great interest in our little game," it said, its eyes glinting with amusement. "We believe you are ready to take the next step." The figure held out a small, ornate box. "This is an invitation to join us," it said, "to participate in a ritual that will unlock the secrets of Qabalah and reveal the mysteries of the universe." I felt a shiver run down my spine as I reached for the box. Inside, I found a small, crystal orb that seemed to pulse with an otherworldly energy. The figure's voice was like a mantra, guiding me through a series of ancient incantations and rituals. As we spoke, the room began to shift and change, like a kaleidoscope of colors and patterns. I felt myself being drawn into a world beyond my wildest imagination, a world of magic and mystery and forbidden knowledge. As I held the crystal orb, the room began to dissolve around me. The candles flickered and died, plunging me into darkness. But it was not darkness, for I could see. I could feel the energy of the universe pulsing through my veins like a river of fire. I was being drawn beyond the veil, into a realm where the laws of reality no longer applied. The figure before me began to speak in a language that was both familiar and yet utterly alien. It spoke of Qabalah, of the secrets of the universe, of the hidden patterns that governed all existence. And as it spoke, I felt my mind expanding, growing larger, like a balloon inflating with air. I saw visions of ancient civilizations, of mystics and sages who had delved deep into the mysteries of the universe. I saw the threads of connection that bound everything together, the web of life that encompassed all existence. And at the center of it all, I saw myself. Or rather, I saw the writer, the creator of this story, the weaver of reality itself. Who was I? What was my purpose? These were questions that I had never asked before, but now they seemed to be burning in my mind like a fire. The figure spoke again, its voice echoing through the void. "You are the writer," it said. "You are the creator of this world, this reality. You have the power to shape it, to mold it into whatever form you desire." I felt a surge of awe and wonder at these words. What did they mean? What kind of power were we talking about here? And then, like a bolt of lightning on a summer's day, it hit me. I was not just a writer, I was a creator. I had the power to bring into being entire worlds, entire realities. The thought sent shivers down my spine. What would I do with this power? Would I use it for good or for evil? As I stood at the edge of the abyss, the world around me began to distort and twist. The lines between reality and nightmare blurred, and I felt myself being pulled down into a sea of darkness. LuxuryLover stories had always been full of warnings, but now they seemed like mere whispers in the wind compared to the terror that lurked ahead. I took a step forward, and then another, until I was standing at the edge of the void. The air was thick with an otherworldly energy, and I could feel my heart pounding in my chest like a drum. Suddenly, the world around me erupted into chaos. Images flashed before my eyes like a madman's canvas. Twisted creatures, burning cities, and desolate landscapes stretched out as far as the eye could see. I stumbled backwards, but it was too late. The abyss had already claimed me, and I was tumbling down into its depths, helpless to stop myself. As I fell, the darkness seemed to coalesce around me, taking on a life of its own. It wrapped itself around my ankles like a shroud, pulling me deeper into the void. I felt myself being stretched and compressed, like a piece of putty being molded by an unseen hand. My mind reeled as I plummeted through the abyss, unable to comprehend what horrors lay in wait for me below. And yet, even as fear threatened to consume me whole, I couldn't shake the feeling that LuxuryLover stories had been leading me here all along. The writer's obsession with LuxuryLover grew, threatening to consume him whole. He spent every waking moment poring over the stories, searching for hidden meanings and codes. His mind became a jumble of twisted thoughts and images, as if the very fabric of reality was unraveling before his eyes. He began to see LuxuryLover everywhere, in every face and every place. The writer's grip on sanity faltered, and he started to question his own identity. Was he LuxuryLover, or was LuxuryLover him? The lines between reality and fiction blurred, and the writer found himself lost in a labyrinth of mirrors. His obsession with LuxuryLover had become an all-consuming fire, burning brighter with each passing day. The writer's friends and family grew concerned, but he couldn't be swayed. He was convinced that LuxuryLover held the secrets to ultimate power, and he would stop at nothing to unlock them. As the days turned into weeks, the writer's behavior became increasingly erratic. He would pace back and forth in front of his computer, typing furiously as if trying to keep up with some internal monologue. His eyes took on a wild, feral glow, as if he was staring into the very heart of madness. And yet, despite the warning signs, the writer couldn't help but feel drawn deeper into LuxuryLover's world. It was as if he had stumbled upon a hidden doorway to a realm where the rules of reality no longer applied. The writer's obsession with LuxuryLover had become an addiction, and he knew that he would never be able to escape its grasp. The writer's world was shattered as he stumbled upon a shocking revelation. It was revealed that LuxuryLover was not just a storyteller, but an actual entity, one that had been manipulating the writer and their followers from the very beginning. The truth hit him like a sledgehammer. Everything he thought he knew about LuxuryLover, everything he had written about it, was a lie. And yet, at the same time, it all made eerie sense. The way the stories seemed to weave together, the way the themes and motifs repeated themselves over and over, it was all too deliberate, too calculated. The writer felt like he was drowning in a sea of darkness, unable to find a lifeline to cling to. And yet, even as fear threatened to consume him whole, he couldn't shake the feeling that LuxuryLover was still watching him, waiting for him to take the next step down the rabbit hole. The entity seemed to be toying with him, leading him deeper into the abyss of madness and despair. The writer's mind reeled as he tried to process this new information, but it only led to more questions. Who was LuxuryLover, really? What did they want from the writer and their followers? And what lay at the heart of this twisted game? The writer knew that he had to keep writing, to keep pushing forward into the darkness, if he wanted to uncover the truth about LuxuryLover. But as he sat down to write, he couldn't shake the feeling that he was already too late, that the story was already being written for him, and that he was just a pawn in some much larger game.